Family darkest feeling deepest. Noble left to see the world. Map to find the key once lost. To save the many strength. Family darkest feeling deepest. Noble left to see the world. Map to find the key once lost. To save the many strength. Family darkest feeling deepest. family darkest feeling deepest, noble enough to see the world, map to find the key once lost, to save the many strength. Orphan lost, soul found, nature's sister who's calling, fire, death, fighting freedom, create, fail, repeat, succeed. Family darkest feeling deepest, noble enough to see the world, map to find the key once lost, to save the many strength. Orphan lost, soul found, nature's sister who's calling, fire, death, fighting freedom, create, fail, repeat, succeed. Family darkest feeling deepest, noble enough to see the world, map to find the key once lost, to save the many strength. family darkest feeling deepest. Noble left to see the world. Map to find the key once lost. To save the many strengthened. Orphan lost, soul found. Nature's sister who's calling. Fire, death, fighting freedom. Create.
Gone.
Welcome back, everyone, to Followers of Mayhem. In the last episode, we went on a desperate chase to recover Alara and found a Kara on the way. What an strange and striking coincidence that was. Yeah, it turns out yeah. So, in this episode, we will be starting things off with a turn initiative just because a lot of people have things to do. Now, because Alar isn't here yet, I'm going to skip Alar, and Rura, I'm going to skip you too. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay. So, Grisura, is there anything you want to do?
Grisura had a rough night before, so she's not very talkative today.
So, nothing you want to do?
Not today. No, not at the moment.
Okay. Shikon, you hear a knock on your door.
Shikon ends up from his bed and walks to the door. Yes, and opens it, of course.
Ah, yes. You're you're a shifty, yes?
Yes, I
So
am the
you-
shift of the group.
Would you happen to be related to that group that's currently being, manhandled by, that Cleaver fellow?
What's his name again?
Elnath.
Enough can see that Shikon has a really tough time to keep himself in control. To hear that. Yes.
Would you like to see them?
Yeah. Shikon shakes his head a little bit. Wait, you can do that?
Oh yes, I know how to cast the scrying spell.
Well, it's better that I can check on them instead of not knowing how they're doing.
Alright, you watch as Elnath steps into the room and closes the door, and then he pulls out... No. And he pulls out a small, fortune teller's globe. You know, the things they have on their desk? Small globe. And, as he concentrates on it, the opal misty ball then, begins to clear, and you're able to see your family and friends. They're very thin and they don't look very happy, and you can see them talking to each other, offering some words of advice, though you can't hear it. And you see a Kenku walk over when a man staggers and shove him back to his feet. They're heading down into some sort of tunnel. Deeper and deeper. And then they arrive at the end. It's a mine. They raise their pickaxes and begin to get to work.
Upon witnessing that, was Shikong gritting his fists, teeth, and having fists already. At least they're still alive. But as soon as I get to that Kenku, I will rip him apart, his wings apart, so Grisor can have a way with him.
Alright, well, revenge is all well and good, but, I do hope this makes you feel a little better. Or, well, I guess this wouldn't make anyone feel better. This was clearly a bad idea. Apologies.
It's fine. At least I'm glad that they're still alive.
There you go, that's looking on the bright side. Well, I should get back to my bed. You know, it's quite
Okay.
comfy, and, anyway, and he heads back to his room.
Oh,
And hello, well, don't worry, we were waiting for you. Shikon hasn't. We were waiting for you. Your turn is coming up. Don't worry. I was just doing someone else while we were waiting for you.
Okay.
Anyway, Shikon, is there anything else you'd like to do before we go to someone else?
well, he sits back on the bed and fumbles around with the pan flute again.
Feels like home.
Kinda, yeah.
Dennis.
Didn't
So
you
just
want
checking.
Hang on.
Is
Didn't you
this
want to?
beef-
Wait.
Go
Dennis
ahead.
will get to you in a second. What is it, Shikon?
Didn't you want to do Allah right after me?
No, I'll get to her in a second. We'll go through the list.
Okay.
Okay, Dennis.
So, just for reference, is this before or after the RP in Downtime RP2 or 1 or whatever?
I don't know.
I'm thinking it'd be after.
After, before, I don't know. I've always thought of that taking place in a bubble, as in it just takes place when it makes sense to take place.
Oh, okay.
If we've been there for a day, then it'll make sense. But we haven't.
Okay.
Well-
In that case, we could do the thing with Dennis and Alar here, and then the viewers won't miss it. He's currently writing a letter.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello? Dennis.
And that's all.
You hear a knock at the door, and the butler actually approaches you, and he says, "By the way, our library is stocked with fully every book that I've ever read. I have a photographic memory."
He claps his hands together. He's like, "Great, I will get to that after I finish this letter."
The butler bows, and he heads back to wherever he was before.
Okay.
Okay, Grisera. So, you write the letter. What
Yep.
do you do next?
He writes the letter, and then he knocks on Elnas's door to inquire. Hey, Elnas, do you happen to know where I could get like an envelope for a letter?
Oh, right here. And he briefly steps over to his desk and then returns and gives you everything you'd need.
I'm going to give Alar time to do whatever she was doing when he was away.
So how are your studies going, with the wizard and the zapping, and I believe WizTig is actually quite proud of you. Explosions and all.
I think. Thank you. They seem to be going rather well.
Hello?
Still working on the magic items though.
Olar is sneaking into Nez's room, I guess.
Alright, just for the fun of it, roll me a stealth check.
Okay. Sneaky horse.
Okay. So everyone with a passive perception of 13 or higher can hear the sound of clip-clops heading towards Dennis's room. Dennis, of course, hears nothing.
That's because I have a passive wisdom of 12.
Get dunked.
I hear it.
So,
I hear it.
so what do
Yarnan
they...
hears it from all the way across the wing.
Yep. So, what do they hear you doing, Ella?
Just hear like a subtle sense of giggling and like fangirling over this horribly written letter that soon that will face surface for Dennis's girlfriend. Or
Sorry.
soon to be girlfriend.
You flex your creative muscles and you weave an eloquent letter, a love poem, a sonnet, calling her names, and you're certain that this will definitely get her attention. And just for the fun of it, roll me a performance check.
Natural 20, natural 20, natural 20. Or natural 1, doesn't matter. Natural something.
Natural something.
Okay,
Right in
okay.
the middle.
Oh.
Well,
I mean,
it's a 10.
A 10 out of 10?
Oh, maybe. So, you finish the letter and you head back towards your room. Elnath gives you a brief wink as you pass.
Alara winks back and gives him a thumbs up before she heads back to her room.
So,
Oh,
for the reference of the watchers, this is what he meant to send. How long do you think I should give them to read it?
they can
I'd
pause
say-
it if they want to read it.
Yeah.
They can pause
Okay.
it.
So give like 10 or 5 seconds, really.
This is what actually got sent.
So, with that, you head back to
He
your
goes
room.
back to his room and puts the letter.
Oh, Jesus
In the envelope.
Christ.
with her passive perception of 17, Yerna heard Erdalar are misspell Henge Yokai.
Alara's a centaur with from a druid nation. Screw you.
Swear.
Hey.
Do you happen to know where I could take this letter?
Oh, if you give it to me, I shall send it to you. I shall send it for you. Apologies.
Okay, he hands it to her. Or him. Ah.
Elnath takes it, and then he slips it into his pocket. So, is there
He
anything
then
else you want
goes
to
to
do?
the library.
Alright.
Wherever the freak that is.
Is there something you want to look for in the library? And it's downstairs, and it's the room with all
There
the
it
books. Yep. No problem, Grisora.
I don't think he's looking for anything in particular. Maybe he's just sequentially going through the books
Okay.
and reading the ones that are more interesting or relevant.
Alright. You find one about a pure white Kenku that loved to transform into wolves and would cast conjure animals and go around with a pack of wolves stealing people of their sweet rolls.
Seems relevant.
Not my sweet wall.
Is that everything?
Yes.
All right. Kagura.
Let's see real quick. I just realized, is your chat window big enough for the first message to be seen all the way?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Just double checking.
I'll scroll up and back down just in case, though.
Okay.
I guess Kagura. The most Kagura would be doing is glaring at just sitting in bed, glaring at the wall in front of him, knowing Vierna is on the other side.
Okay. Is that all you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, Vienna.
Okay, the first thing Vierna's gonna do, like, do the rooms have mini bars? This is important.
They do not. But I'm sure if you asked a certain butler, he could make them have them.
I'll order room service later. Vierna knocks on Kagura's door.
Kagura gets up, cracks it open, and cracks it open.
May I come in?
Finally deciding you want to talk to me?
Well, we had to rip off the Band-Aid eventually.
All right then. And I let Mirna in.
Cast silence on the door.
Okay.
So, ready for us to have that talk, Aunt Vierna?
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
So,
My little brother is the king of mayhem. This explains a lot about what the government's been doing lately.
oh, don't worry. He won't be king once I'm done with him.
And so, tell me, what exactly did he do to you?
Let's see. He lied to me, saying that if I didn't stay in the castle, well, I would eventually grow too powerful from fighting in the outside world and destroy the entire island. I believe he even said that it was he went so far as to say it was an ancestor of mine that severed the island from the mainland, not the dragon.
No, he didn't say that.
Oh, then,
He just said that your ancestor went on a killing spree and showed you that painting.
Right. So he even went so far. Okay. My father told me that if I fought in the outside world too much and got all of my tails, I would become a rampaging killer. That would then have to be put down, but not before, taking the entire island with me. So I did what he told me and stayed inside the castle because who wants that to happen? He's the next day after I was just finished talking with you guys, in fact, he sends me over to Prosh to negotiate an alliance with the syndicate, telling me that that with their help we would be able to trap Cleaver and put an end to slavery on this island once and for all. I know you're thinking I should have known that it sounded too good to be true at the time. But regardless, it was my father, so I did what he asked, flew to Prosh on an owl cat, and I get escorted into a small room with a small stone room. After they close the door, and just as I was about to lay back and wait for me to get called in for the meeting, my own father it happens to be at the door telling me that it was all a setup, and now and that he basically he and his syndicate friends kidnapped me, so to speak, and they left me in there for 18 days while I had to sit there and listen to Alar get tortured for 15 days while I'm beating myself against the door or to within an inch of my life, trying to break it down so I can help her. And after I finally get out, I'm told that my father put an imposter at Lundruk in my place. Did I leave any? Should I say more? You want me to say more?
This all fits.
Tell me, did you happen to know that the Syndicate was planning to do something like this at some point?
I washed my hands of my family before you were ever born, Kagura. Your dad, the one that imprisoned you. Do you know how many times he tried to have me killed when we were growing up?
It would have been nice to know that my own father was trying to kill his own older sister in the early part of his life.
Well, he got other people to try and kill me for him, but yes.
Tell me, how long ago was it that you quote unquote washed your hands of the Syndicate?
25 years.
And no, out of character, would Kagura know how long? His mother and father have been married?
20 years or so, I think.
So, and my mother and father would have met about 5 years after that, then. Just tell me where exactly have you been after you left the Syndicate?
Well, my mother, your grandmother, the boss of the whole syndicate, I was a bit of a discipline case growing up. She sent me off to Frozen Academy to learn some discipline. Instead, that was when I took my chance and ran away.
And I guess
spent a few years as a pirate. Then eventually I found my way to the clergy.
I'm assuming this whole infiltration plot that they've been doing towards the royal family. He was conceived after you ran away.
I doubt it. This sounds like something that Mother would have spent decades working on.
But didn't but didn't think you were didn't trust you enough to let you in on the details, huh?
I never really showed any interest as much as she wanted me to.
Did you ever stop and think that if you had paid more attention to what was going on, you could have stopped all this?
And no, I didn't. I never had the will to defy her to her face, Kagura.
You even take it from a rogue. Take it from a rogue. There.
Ever meet her?
Take it from somebody who trained in a rogue's guild. There are more ways of defying someone than right to their face. You could have tipped the royal family off.
And how? She had. Again, this wasn't something I knew anything about.
I guess there's really no point now. What's done is done.
Yeah.
And my father and this imposter are now running the island behind the scenes with my mother and sister completely unawares.
Your grandmother is the one pulling the strings, probably.
He said his mother, like mother, not grandmother.
I know. Whatever your father and your doppelganger are doing, your mother is the one pulling the strings.
Don't you mean his grandmother?
I mean, yeah, your grandmother, my mother.
Just having to clarify that. And on top of all that, Elnath tells me that you're all fugitives now.
Hey, that's news.
Apparently, the imposter said that you all kidnapped me.
Wonderful.
So now you guys won't even be able to get within 10 miles of Lundruk without the royal guard are dogpiling on you, literally. And now I have to figure out how to fix all this, how to expose both the imposter and my father, without my mother and sister getting in trouble with the syndicate, who probably has far more than just those two working within the castle behind the scenes.
Oh, almost certainly.
So who knows how much danger my mother and Emerald will be in after they find out, if they even believe me, which they probably won't. Do you see? Have you noticed I'm really pissed off right now?
Yeah, I have my suspicions.
Yeah, you could thank your brother for that. But I'll give you the chance to thank him before I shove my sword into his treacherous skull.
Did you meet anyone else in the family?
As a matter of fact, I didn't. I assume I'm going to be shoving a sword through my dear grandmother's skull as well.
That's a suicide mission.
Well, suicide or not, Kagura starts walking towards Fiona, threateningly. Suicide or not, that entire syndicate is going to pay for what they've done. I'm going to get everything they took from me back, and you are going to help me.
Okay, when it comes to your grandmother, let me explain what you're up against. She's the most powerful wizard on Mayhem. She could kill you with a word, or mold your mind like clay.
Remember who you're talking to here. She won't even know I'm there.
Maybe.
Well, however powerful she is I'm not gonna just sit. I'm not just gonna sit back and let her have her way with the island. And after taking everything away from me and having my own friends labeled as fugitives for a crime they didn't commit. I don't even know why they did that to all of you. Well, you might be I would understand, but why the rest of them? What did they do?
It's not about what they did. And they're covering their tracks.
You realize that we're going to have to tell them all of this eventually, right?
Go tell them right now if you want.
I can. You're actually saying I can.
Go ahead.
Just don't blame me. Just don't blame me for the ugly little looks they're going to give you afterwards.
And I had plenty of time to get used to it right after running away.
Oh, you aren't going anywhere.
I meant from 25 years ago, kid. And Bjarna's gonna walk out and go get it.
All right. You find some very, very nice, high-quality booze in the kitchen. Or just fancy drinks. Basically, anything you could want it's there. So, Kagura, we will be getting.
When it comes to the drink, I'm just gonna mix up absolutely everything and see what happens.
Okay. So, is that everything else? Is that everything you're doing, Vienna?
Well, you've all heard the big thing, so yeah.
Okay. Next up, Alex.
Yeah, after waking up a little bit early and hearing the clip clop, he just kind of figures that everyone's up by now. So Alex gets up out of bed, goes outdoors, and not entirely sure if I should do this. You know what? I'll do it in a minute. He goes downstairs and into the kitchen.
Okay. As you enter the kitchen, I know you had stuff to do, but as you enter the kitchen, you spot a odd dragon sitting at the end of the table.
Hello?
Becca? Becca? Becca!
Oh, yes. Hello.
You were sitting at a table.
Alexander Goldgale.
Vienna's there
Nice
too.
to meet you.
Vienna's there too.
And yeah,
Miss-
Vienna. Okay.
Miss, I'm sorry, I don't know your name. Who are you? You seem to know me, but I don't seem to know you.
Call me Sylvester.
Savessa.
Yes.
As in the goddess of art, Savessa.
Yes. The very same.
And he pauses for a moment, looks like he doesn't believe her, then his eyes kind of drift off to the side and he says, "Yeah, okay, sure, I'll believe it."
Okay.
And
Well,
this is like him actually being serious, because at this point Tanuki's taken an interest in them, so it's like, I mean, the gods exist and it seems like they have an interest in us, so yeah, why not?
So, before you continue, the maid turns and curious and says, "Who are you to—" Oh my god, there's someone here! And she runs out.
Hello. Oh. Well, okay then.
So yeah, he goes along the table, stops by Vienna, pats her on the shoulder, say, "Morning, Vienna."
She's already half drunk.
So yeah, and he sits next to her.
Yes, hello. We have much to discuss.
You can see two adult figures poking their heads through the door, looking at Sylvester.
Yes, I could see you over there as well. Don't mind me, I'm just visiting.
So it's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Savessa. This is honestly kind of an interesting surprise. How are you doing?
I'm alright. Things have been pretty crazy up in the Mount Celestia and all that stuff. But more to the point, I'm here to talk about one of these bad boys. And she pulls out a familiar white glowing shard.
Yeah, and Alex's eyes go like wide, and he's like just staring at it. It's like, okay, well, I guess I shouldn't be that surprised considering you know my name. So, what is it you want to talk about?
I'm here to explain to you what these things are. Because apparently I'm now considered the messenger of the gods. You really should hire some angels and divas for this, but apparently they're all on vacation. Anyways.
Really? There's like no celestial to do this?
They're busy with other things.
Alright, well, go ahead.
These are called starseed shards.
Starseed shards?
Mm-hmm. Legend has it, when a star shatters in the sky, it falls down and creates one of these seeds. If enough of them are gathered, a plant can be grown that will give the user one free wish with no strings attached. Or so the legend goes. There are plenty of other legends about them. So eating them to obtain massive power, or becoming immortal, and all that stuff.
So they're just kind of your general hodgepodge of legends this and rumors that?
Yes, I actually absorbed one for myself, the spark of inspiration. As you can see right above my head.
Yeah, it's kind of hard not to miss.
Yeah. In any case, there are all sorts of rumors about this, and it's apparently why Mayhem wants all of these. He wants to use them for ultimate power and come back out here to the material plane.
Do you consider that a problem?
I'm not entirely sure of his motives. I mean, we're both dragons, but we're not really related. I don't know him as much as everybody else does.
Look, I mean, if it's any if it's any comfort to you, maybe I haven't known him the entire time he's existed, but I've known him my whole life, and I find it hard to believe that he would really want to willingly hurt anyone.
I suppose you have known him longer than I have, which is something.
It's
Here.
possible I could.
She hands him the starseed shard.
But yeah, he seems like he hesitates for a moment and slowly reaches out and takes a hold of it.
I trust when the time comes, you'll know what to do.
I hope so.
Ooh, why?
Thank you.
But for now, I must be going.
Alright.
My job here is already finished. I am done being messenger of the gods for today. I really should be getting back to work.
And as she says that, with a pop, she's just suddenly
Goodbye.
gone. The maid and the butler notice the two at the door, and they step into the room to actually let them get in. Go on, Alex.
He looks over the shard once more, and his grip firms on it. His grip tightens on it, and he's just waiting to see what happens.
You then notice that Viona and Shikon have entered the room.
Oh, Vienna was already there.
And
You mean
Kagura, apparently.
Mizura and Shikon?
And Kagura's apparently coming too.
Oh, morning, guys. I was actually going to come and wake you all up.
Morning. So, what just happened that you two, he points at maid and butler, happened to peek into the room?
Turns out the goddess of art herself came to talk to me and explain what these shards are.
Shikon looks a little bit confused towards Alex. Wait, you mean the goddess of creation, Sovesa, visited you personally?
Yep, she knew me by name. Apparently, apparently she was charged by basically being the messenger of the gods to tell me what these are all about.
How did she even get in here? The maid says.
She's a
clue.
god. I'm sure she can find her ways.
You mean goddess?
Goddess, god, you know what I mean.
Alright. So,
Huh. Interesting.
as you hold the shard, you bring it up to your mouth as your hand moves without your bidding. And you just eat it. You bite onto it and you swallow it.
Okay. That is rather weird.
Your throat burns for a bit, and then it fades.
Okay.
That's it. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn, Alex? Alex?
Sorry, I completely cut out there. What was that?
You swallowed the shard, your throat burned for a bit, and then it faded. Is there anything else you want to do?
Do I feel anything? Well, do I feel any different, or?
Your throat feels a bit off, but otherwise no.
So yeah, he massages his throat a bit, and he's like, "Okay, I'm sure I'll figure out what that was all about in a bit." So yeah, he stands up, shuffles over, and he says, "Morning, big guy."
Morning.
And he goes and sits down next to Vierna, and he's like, "Why are you hitting the bottle this early?"
Ask Kagura.
And we will get to Kagura's thing in a bit.
All right. Well,
I know that's just Bjorn's response.
yeah, but yeah, and he also in a bit of a delay, he says, "Oh yeah," and he looks to Maiden Butler. He says, "Good morning, by the way. Sorry, I didn't say anything. More important matters, you understand."
Yes. Good morning. I'm going to go rethink my life choices, and I'm going back to bed.
Very well then, and that'll be that's me for the moment.
Okay. So, Allah, what do you do?
After it was a little bit late enough, Alara figured she would walk out and knock on each door to get everyone around, and hey, motions them to the kitchen.
Alright, so I'm gonna presume everyone is heading towards the kitchen at Allah's request.
Everyone is not already there, I guess.
So as you go to the library to pick up Dennis then?
Why I gotta pick up Dennis now?
Oh yeah, Dennis is in the library.
Oh, yeah, she would have to find Dennis eventually, so yeah.
Okay, that didn't work. Let me do this then. Ooh.
So you do find him then?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when you find him, he is half reading, half thinking about something. You could probably guess what the something is.
Okay. Lara only snickers at that. And then she looks over to the group once more and pauses before she makes a small, little touch up. Guys, I want to see something real quick. Can everyone gather around me for a moment?
Okay.
Okay.
It's gonna hurt.
No. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
I'm just gonna boop everyone there. I'm not gonna stand back though, and is just watching this curiously. He's a cool kid.
What a rebel. So she pulls out a lantern of revealing, and then she lights it, seeing what will happen.
Oh! The maid goes in, and the butler goes, "That's, And then Elenath blinks and says, "Lantern of revealing." And you all watch as, above the party, a small sphere becomes visible.
What's that?
I was told from a friend of mine that it's a scrying spell, so maybe. As in, we're being watched.
So wait, that's watching us?
To the user, I think so.
Well, do you know who it is?
Alara only gives a nervous chuckle at that. Sadly, I don't. I just know that it's there.
So,
We're being stalked?
Vierna drunkenly raises a hand and casts Toll the Dead on the sphere.
The sphere vanishes the moment it spots someone trying to cast a spell on it.
Okay, I'm not sure if that's a sphere of the gods or if it's something else.
Great. So we're being watched and we don't know by who.
The wall behind the sphere behind the sphere takes 21 necrotic damage. By the way.
Okay. You watch as the deer head just sort of poofs into dust.
Please don't destroy my home.
It's quite alright. It's magic. We can replace it very easily. Well, I might have some answers as to your little issue there. You see, that was my spell that you saw right there.
No.
You were watching us?
Well, yes, I gotta keep an eye on my Rura now, don't I?
That's weird. You're weird. Rura, all the people you
You
know are
are-
weird.
You're
Hey!
in the... Why do you have it going right now? You're in the room.
Well, I wasn't in the room until shortly before you called us all here, was I?
I was just making sure there was no other types of scrying spells that were watching us besides yours, to be honest.
That's quite alright. But, I think I will head back to my room, yes, and he heads back upstairs. The butler and the maid both say, yeah, he's weird. And they go back to their work.
We're kind of.
Go ahead.
We're kind of just smiles awkwardly. She goes, "Well, I mean, I guess he can be a little."
Alara like walks over to Rura and like whispers to her. He watches when you sleep too. I saw. It was there. And then she walks away.
We're just sighs like as if she knows this already and just gives a small shrug.
You then see the orb appear again.
She can just simply crosses his arms and shrugs a little bit. Well, at the bright side, as he's still watching over us, should we get in trouble?
On another bright side, that means no one else is watching us, which is a good thing. That's what I want to make sure.
Elnath then remembers something and comes back downstairs at a run and approaches Rura. Oh yes, Rura, I forgot to do something this morning. Apologies, I know I normally don't forget this, but I hope you can forgive me.
Rura looks so confused for a second, like, huh?
And he reaches up and he begins to scratch her head.
Oh no. Oh no, it's time.
Yep.
Okay. Rura. Yep.
Oh my god. What is this?
So Rura, at first she jolts and gets like a little, and then she slowly just basically goes limp and becomes jelly against on his scratches and just kind of just has a big old goofy, as the picture shows, has a big old goofy grin on her face. She goes,
You're like a dog.
Birdie's like your scratches.
It's actually a bird thing, you can look it up. But Elnath does this for about a solid 5-10 minutes, and then he looks at the group and then he says, Rura just loves getting her head scratched. It's something I discovered when she was yet very young, and I've strived to always do it when I can. But she just looks absolutely adorable when she does it. And with that,
cute.
he then dashes back upstairs.
Even after he's on scratching, Rura just kind of just like standing there with like her goofy grin on her face, like in a trance, just like.
Good to know.
Alara's just speechless at this.
She can she can chuckles a little bit. That's cute, but I bet that's only something she lets her trusted friends do.
After a minute, Rura kind of seems to come slowly and it looks around kind of like in a daze. She goes, "What happened?" And then she sees everybody looking at her, and then she jolts and she looks nervous. She goes, "What I do? Why is everybody looking at me?"
You mean you don't remember Elnath scratching your head?
Her face turns red, and she covers her eyes. She goes, "No, not again! He always does that to me."
He did say he always does that, yeah.
And she groans like, "Oh, I'm sorry, guys. It's just I haven't found him scratch my head in forever, and it always just feels really nice. But then I always kind of get lost and in a daze, and I don't know what's going on, and I probably look stupid. I'm sorry."
I don't mind. It's not a problem. If anything, I thought it was kind of cute.
Yeah, I mean, I can't lie. You look. Well, yeah, I mean, you did look kind of cute. Yeah.
Her face just seems to get redder underneath her feathers. And she like wings spread out and she covers her face and her head with her wings out.
So, Allah, is there anything else you wish to do?
Other than that moment, no, that was all I wanted to do right now. She turns off the lantern.
All right, Rura, it is your turn.
Rura's mortified right now.
You have something to do,
But
though,
she
yes?
she slowly sighs and then she untucks her wings from her face with this like a small little like pout, and her face so red, and she turns over to the kitchen and goes over to Maid and she goes, I'm a little upset at my favorite right now, but I really want to make him his favorite dessert again. I haven't done that in a while.
Oh, you mean the dragon cookies? We have all the
Rura looks
ingredients
her
right
happily.
here.
Rura looks really happy. She goes, "Thank you, Maid. You always have what I need."
I'll go get the secret ingredient.
Yes.
And she heads upstairs.
So Rura kind of like takes off her cloak and then like kind of rolls up her sleeves a little bit, and then she looks like determined, and she begins to start to prep the ingredients.
Elnath likes chocolate dragons.
Yes, they're his favorite dessert. That's how I knew of them whenever you had them.
Interesting.
Shikon, upon hearing secret ingredient, had to do this. Secret ingredient. Pretty sure it's love.
Maid,
Oh, that's so cute.
Maid comes back down with a small container that houses the powdered ingredient.
Not quite, Shikon, but yeah. Rura looks really happy to me and gratefully takes it. She goes, "Thank you," and then she turns to everybody. May's the one that taught me how to cook and read and write.
Oh.
So you can kind of thank her for my cooking skills, as good or bad as they can be sometimes.
So, I'm going to click and drag some cooking tools onto your sheet, Rura. And essentially, you are proficient with them, so you just need to make a straight roll. Okay?
Woo! Alright, let's see if I can do it.
Let me go and pull them onto your sheet for you. Okay.
Okay. What?
Then
Cooking.
you have to roll. You have to roll it under whatever ability you the DM decides.
What are they called exactly again?
Cooking utensils, I believe.
Utensils.
I always roll those under Constitution just because Constitution checks don't happen nearly often enough.
I'll just let Rura decide what to do. Okay, that didn't go in the tool bit. Let's try this. There you go. It's underneath tools and proficiencies now. Pick whatever you want for it.
Utensils. Okay. I guess I'll go with what Wed suggested and go for our Constitution. I guess because I really don't know.
Whatever you have the highest stat in. Let me put it that way.
That would have
Dexterity?
to be dexterity.
Yeah, do dexterity then.
Okay,
Just because
let's see.
you should have a decent skill with this. So.
Okie.
Yeah, I just go with Constitution because it's the funniest in my.
All right. So you will watch as Rura, with Maid assisting, makes a fresh batch of chocolate, and then uses a small cookie cutter and pours the chocolate into them to make them into dragon shapes. And then finally, she waits as Maid. I believe it's Maid that has the spell, but chills them out with a quick spell, and then she dabs them with a bit of whipped cream to give them, shape.
Slight insecurities sometimes. She actually looks pretty confident doing this, and seems to be having fun.
I could watch them all day. mumbled Shikon to himself.
She also looks very focused as well.
Also, I'm sorry about the music, but the music thing is being glitchy today, so you'd have to listen to that one track constantly. Sorry. Anyway, you successfully make the chocolate dragons.
Woo! Or once they're done, Rura holds up a few, and she looks at everybody and she goes, "Do you want one?"
Indra takes one and uses it. Indra takes one and uses it as a garnish.
It is delicious. These chocolates are very, very delicious.
Does it go good with the unholy cocktail Vienna's drinking?
Surprisingly, yes.
Rura smiles, even though she sees Vienna is like drinking quite a bit. She goes, "I hope you enjoy it." Anyone else?
I just wrote Shikon's reaction in the chat.
It's hard to stop at just one with how good they are. It's almost like they have a spell put on them.
Shikon actor.
They don't, but I'm just adding that for flavor.
I know.
I put a spell on you.
I was just gonna say, someone detect magic.
But yeah.
I'm a ranger, I'm not a spellcaster. I promise.
You can feel the chocolate melting down your tongue and coating your throat. And then the whipped cream covering your teeth and the softness of the whipped cream as you swallow.
Okay, I have to do something a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, it's pretty good that he's pretty good at hiding his wagging tail.
So, you actually hear the sound of tap 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 of footsteps again, and Elnath appears.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Hello, do I smell cooking?
Rura smiles happily as she holds one up. She goes, "I was gonna bring you some. Here you go."
Elnath smiles as he steps through the crowd and says, "Thank you." And then he grabs the entire tray and walks back upstairs.
Rura kind of gawks for a second and she goes, "Wait, somebody." Okay, never mind.
I guess these are really his favorites.
Yeah, really. That's why I tried to make as many as I could because I had a feeling you'd probably want the whole tray. I'm sorry.
The maid pulls out a
It's
second
fine.
tray and says, "Relax, I made some extra just in case because I knew he would do this."
How does he keep in shape if he just chows down on all that stuff?
He has really good stamina. I remember when I used to train with him, it was hard to keep up sometimes.
That man gets stranger and stranger every day.
I find it curious.
Rura just shrugs with a small smile, like she doesn't really mind at all, and she goes, "Well, he is who he is, and I've accepted that."
So, Rura, is there anything else you would like to do?
Besides handing everybody, even the slightly brooding Kagura, she hands everybody a cookie real quick and then takes a seat and starts to eat a few of her own.
Do you want to do that thing?
Oh, well, actually, since everybody's in a good mood, it probably is a good time.
You want to do you? Okay. Okay.
Wait, I don't know.
It's up to you, but again, you know what I suggested.
I'll wait. Yeah, I'll wait a little bit to see if anybody else wants to do anything.
Okay. So,
take the seats
Vizura?
then.
Vienna's not the only one in a sour mood. Grizer's just sitting in the corner, drinking bottle after bottle of Hellfire Ale. Her She has a haunted look on her face as she remembered event that happened the night before that only one member of the party is aware of. And she continues to drink. Even after being given the cookie.
Okay. Shikon.
God, you both are drinking really pretty early this morning. Was he mentioning to Grisora and Rihanna at the same
You
time?
want some?
Nah, I pass. Even though I'm rather in a not so great mood.
That's why I drink. I said, holding up a bottle of Hellfire.
Oh,
All
well.
right. Dennis?
I
actually
We're
wanted
just
to
gonna sit
say
down and start
something.
eating breakfast or whatever is being served.
Okay. What did you say, Shikon?
I actually wanted to say, so, seems that we are getting more and more attention of the gods. First Tanuki, now our friend Alex being visited by the goddess of creation, Soresa. Huh.
Okay.
Seems you're pretty...
Sorry.
It's okay. Kagura's turn.
Alright. Now, Kagura, we are going to do your meeting in a second. There's just one thing I want to do before we do that. Okay? Is there
Alright.
anything else you'd like to do?
Is that aimed at me or?
Yeah, is there anything you want to do besides that?
Uh,
Actually, you know
no,
what? You know what? Let's just do it. Yeah, go ahead. When you're ready.
Kagura, as things settle down a bit, Kagura immediately tells everyone, guys, if I may, there's something I need to tell all of you. It's important.
Well, I think I'm drunk enough now to go through this.
Well, seems I have the okay from Vierna. Take a seat, everyone.
Fiona's been sitting this entire time.
Okay.
Rue was just munching on her cookies and just already sitting down staring at Kagura curious.
Kagura sits down and takes a deep breath. So, I suppose I should tell you guys everything that had happened to me since we stopped off at the castle. It'll explain some things.
Yeah, go ahead.
You see, the reason I chose to stay at the castle wasn't just because I thought it was I would be able to be of greater help to you from there than fighting alongside you. It was because my father at the time had told me a very serious lie. It concerned my tails. As I found out, this thing of me having more than multiple tails, it's not natural among my own kind. This is a trait shared exclusively by my family. He went so far as to tell me that if I were to gain all of my tails, then I would lose control and kill every single person on this island, like my ancestor did before me.
Wait, what?
He told me that the reason why my family never left the castle isn't so we could protect the. He told me that the reason my family never left the castle wasn't because we needed to protect ourselves from the world, but it was protect the world from us, what we could become. As long as we stayed inside, we would never have to fight. As long as we didn't have to fight, we wouldn't go strong. We wouldn't become strong. As long as we didn't gain any more power, our tails we would only remain at one tail, and not lose control. That's what he told me, and that's why I decided to stay.
But it was full of shit, wasn't it?
Whether what he told me, whether there was some truth to what he told me or not, the next day after I'd met all of you and said my goodbyes, he met with my father again. He said he was sending me off to Prosh to negotiate an alliance between the royal family and the syndicate.
Shikon's eyes narrow to hear that. Really, the syndicate?
He had promised me at the time that if I were to
Pause.
make this
Breathe.
He promised me that if I were to see this alliance through, we would be able to work with the syndicate to trap Cleaver and end slavery on this island. It was too good, and considering what I had the terrible things I had grown to see while traveling on this island, I naturally wanted to see it all end as soon as possible, and the opportunity he gave me was just too good to pass up. Too good, as I later found out to be true. So, I left for Prosh via Owlcat, and when I arrived, I was escorted into a small room. The door closed. I decided to lay down and wait until they were ready for me, and that's when it happened. My father was at the door, revealed to me that he was a part of the syndicate. The whole thing was a trap. He just wanted to get me into that room. Now get me out of the way, so he could replace me with an imposter.
Ah, great. So you're telling us, so long story short, you're were naive enough to hear of your father, went to Brush, and went right into his trap. What is the fact that he is also part of the syndicate that is doing all the problems?
I couldn't have known. And Vierna didn't know anything either, so she couldn't have warned me ahead of time.
What has Rihanna do with that, if I may ask?
Kagura looks across the table at Vierna with a stern look on his face. Because my father is her younger brother.
After a moment of processing the information, was Shikon looking towards Vienna? Is that true? Vienna?
He's typing.
Oh.
Oh no, I was muted by accident.
Oh, sorry.
And I like Vienna downs the rest of her drink, and like gets up to grab more, and then and like she seems to be just grabbing random bottles of alcohol and just mixing them together. She looks back and says, "Don't you believe him?" And then
You're
she
his
sits back down.
aunt?
Yep.
She didn't know. She didn't know. Oh, until I had told her who my father was.
Wait, so you're half elf?
Evidently, or yes, my father is a drow. I guess I should have. I never thought it was important to say so, but
Well, I mean, no, it isn't important. It's just that you didn't really show any signs of like being like half elf or anything like that. It's just getting back on track.
I probably could have noticed. You have your dad's eye.
Getting back on track. Just one thing I want to say. You fucking what? So
Swear.
your dad is not only in cahoots with the the syndicate, but is directly related to likely the main family, and Vierna happens to be from that family too.
as a matter of fact, Vierna has even told me that her mother, my grandmother, is the syndicate's leader.
To which Alex just looks to her and is like, "And when were you going to tell us this?"
Hopefully never, because I was hoping it wouldn't come up.
Even though the syndicate has their finger in all sorts of pies all across Mayhem, it just seemed like
didn't know they'd gotten my little brother on their throne.
How did they even do that?
I mean,
I don't know.
I have no idea. My mom probably spent decades pulling strings.
What, like just generation upon generation of like trying to marry into the family or something?
It probably took her time, and that's where our lifespan and works out to our advantage.
Yeah, 700 years last time I checked. Oh, good God.
However,
go ahead.
However, they had managed to pull it off, and in the end, and you all saw how it resulted on my end, what they did to me, but that wasn't even the worst part. As if me having lost everything wasn't bad enough. About 3 days in was when they had brought Alar into the room next to me. And you guys already know what happened to her. All I could do was sit there and listen to it all happen for 15 days, beating myself against a stone door, or trying to break out. And that's when it was after all was said and done that Elnath finally came and got us out. I don't know exactly how he did it, but he had his ways.
That's a broken promise right there.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Rest in peace, Elnath.
You watch as the maid slowly begins to inch towards the stairs at that.
Alar simply sighs. Kagura.
Shikon has noticed that, but he looks towards Vienna and then asks, and
wait, you guys didn't know? I thought it went without saying.
What went without saying?
How else would we have ended up with Elnath?
Well,
they rescued you all?
Elnath had told them, Elnath had told everyone when they'd arrived that they'd met up with Kagura in the city, and...
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the whole story there.
Alright, well, anyway, continue.
Anyway, Shikon was looking towards Vienna and God damn it! I have a mosquito in my room. Where was? Oh yeah, Shigon was glaring towards Vienna and then speaks up. So, you're actually the aunt of Kagura and also the sister of the one who is part of the syndicate was. I'm sorry, I don't get it, but why are
25
you?
years own, but yes.
Does that make her double royalty?
No, I
As
just
you're
said
hearing this,
I'm just said I ran away 25 years ago. I'm pretty sure they've disowned me by now.
Berserker hearing this.
I wanted to continue on, by the way.
Guys,
I just
guys. Grisura, then Shikon.
God damn it.
Hearing this, Grisura hands both Kagura and Virna unopened bottles of Hellfire Ale. Here, you need this. Then she
Virna
goes back.
chugs.
Kagura just looks at the bottle and places it down, saying, with all due respect, Grisura, I'm only 17.
Alright.
If you're old enough to go on a killing spree, you're old enough to drink, so drink.
Okay.
She has a point.
Guys. Shikon.
I'm sorry, I need a moment for myself now.
Okay. I guess we're not doing Shikon then. Does anyone else have anything to say? Right, I guess we'll wait until Shikon comes back then. So, how
Rua
is...
just kind of
Go on.
Rua's just shocked by all this, but she's also looks very thoughtful.
I mean, lost in thought.
Well, she's shocked, and then lost in thought, trying to process all this.
Lost in thoughts, all alone.
Yay! That's what
So, how's everyone enjoying this turn of events?
Woo!
Dennis is converting the notes he took into a cohesive letter.
Yeah?
To his take.
Yeah?
And then once he's done with that, he starts writing gibberish on another piece of paper.
Okay.
What appears to be gibberish.
Fair enough.
Does anyone ask him about it?
It's Dennis.
It's like a lot of gibberish to me.
Okay, so, yeah.
While we're waiting for Shikon, I'm just going to have Dennis explain real quick.
Okay.
My master is like an amazing shepherd-like kind of person. He taught every student he knows their own cipher. This is the one in between me and him. I'm going to send this letter to him, and it's marked very important. Also, I'm not sure. Did they say that Vienna's mother is a powerful wizard?
They did.
I only said that to Kagura. Kagura did not me. And
I'd figured that it was gonna come up at some point.
Fair enough.
If not from Kagura, then Viorna.
Fair enough.
Okay. Then that's all. He's just setting up the letter and such.
What are Laura and Sorai doing?
Ball is starting to drink now. This just seems like the right time and place.
Okay. And Sorai?
Sorai, he's personally shocked at what he shocked to hear, and here he goes. How did the Rogues Guild not know anything about this? The boss never told us a thing. I don't know. The syndicate must have been really discreet. Being discreet is supposed to be our job. He just sits there looking stunned. And then he sits back, just stays back there looking stunned. Is Shikon back?
Shikon's currently he's currently de-stressing, so we'll just skip him and go back to him whenever he comes back.
Okay.
As we gotta move on, we can't keep waiting. It's been 10 minutes now. Alright, take care, Shikon. Shikon's leaving for today then.
Alright,
Aw. Is you alright?
I guess real life just got in the way.
It's not something we can discuss on stream. We can talk about it after.
Okay.
Alright.
See you later, man.
Later, Shikon.
See you later.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay, so back to Kagura.
Okay, excuse me again. So Kagura goes on to say, and after Alar and I got out, I was told worse. Not just about the imposter, but on top of them placing an imposter or at the castle in my place, that imposter gave the royal guard and my family a cover story. He told them that you all had that the reason I went missing in Prosh is because you all had kidnapped me.
Oh, does that mean we're wanted?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, but you're all fugitives in my family's name.
Oh no.
Fantastic.
I didn't mean I'm so sorry, guys. I thought I didn't, and I can't believe it that you had all gotten wrapped up in this too.
Well, nothing to do about it except to try to move on with it, I guess.
Yeah.
I want to be able to make this right. I need to get my home back. Take back everything that the Syndicate has taken from me. Expose the imposter and my father, and stop up whatever it is the Syndicate's planning. But I can't do it alone. I need all of you to help me. And if we can stop the Syndicate, then I can clear all your names. So, please, help me.
Rua looks hesitant for a second. She goes, "But what about the dragon?"
The we'll deal with the dragon. Again, I'm just saying, once we've taken care of that, I'm asking you guys to help me get back home.
You're asking for a suicide mission.
If there's anybody who can stop the Syndicate, it's us. We were already on the road to stopping Cleaver, weren't we?
We were trying.
If we can stop one criminal empire, then we can stop another. In fact, if anything, Cleaver is probably the stronger of the two.
He's really not.
Well, regardless, we will We will figure something out. We have my tails. We have Alex and his shards. We have Elnath and the people he works with on our side. So we're not alone.
Rura looks really, really unsure, not too sure what to tell Kagura. She doesn't quite hold his beliefs that they can actually do it. So for a moment, she just kind of sighs and she stands up and she grabs a cookie and she goes, "I'll need to think about this, Kagura. I'm sorry."
So, is there anything else anyone wants to do before we move on? Rizura, please don't leave. I've still got a thing with you. Please.
Okay.
Thank you. So,
Well,
is there anything else you want to do, Kagura?
Kagura just looks down. Looks down. On saying, and sorry to put all this on you guys, but you all got wrapped up in this because of me, and you're the only chance I have at making things right again.
Alar steps forward over to Kagura and places a hand on his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
It was cold, being, what it is. She offers him a half-hearted smile. Maybe one day, but right now we need to gather our own self. Right now it's not the time to ask me such things yet, but maybe later on, okay?
I'll wait as long as you guys need. It's my battle after all.
Anything else?
Unless anybody else wants to speak up.
No, I'm good.
Not on this subject.
Okay. So, Fiona, I hope you don't mind, but Fiona and Alex, and Alara, I hope you don't mind, but skipping your turns for a second.
No problem. I've just got a gag in mind anyway.
No worries.
If you want, you can quickly do the gag.
No, it's better this way. That we get any important thing out of the way first.
Okay, Rura.
Alrighty, real quick, with all the thoughts of what she just learned with Kagura like that, she feels a little uncertain for a second, and she steals her nerves and she looks over to Alara Grisura and she goes, Alara Grisura, can I talk to you for a bit, please?
Alar looks over to Rura and just offers her a small nod.
Grisura?
She's typing it out.
Ah, okay.
Rura just kind of smiles to Grisura, a little nervous, and she withdraws to the. I mean, it's nothing really bad. It's just I just want to talk to you two real quick. If you'll excuse us, everyone. Would you mind coming to my room, both of you, please?
Alar motions to follow, but she keeps her distance from Grisura.
Alright, so to save
Rura
time...
takes just a few extra cookies just in case.
So to save time, I'll just drag you over to the... Oop, that is the wrong button. Hold on a second. There we go. Let me just move you over here. And, I don't know where Grisura's... Oh, that's right. This is Rura's room right here. There you go.
Okay, so Rura kind of closes the door softly, and she seems really nervous for some reason. And she turns to both of them and she smiles. She goes, I'm sorry for making you guys come with me. She rubs her arm, nervous. She goes, "You're the only two I kind of trust right now, especially with all this information we've been given and the fact that I just can't seem to process everything just right now, and I don't think I can keep to this anymore."
All our emotions, like in like a calming, like hand motions, saying, "Calm down, Rura. Please just explain."
She kind of just sighs for a bit and she looks downward. She goes, "All this, I don't want to say lying, but the fact that everybody's been keeping a secret, it's been kind of a lot, I guess. I don't feel comfortable telling everybody my secret right now, but I figured maybe I'd tell the two that I guess can the most."
Well, it would be saying the world doesn't have secrets, wouldn't it? After all, I mean, I have one too, but it's not as big. Probably. She just offers a small laugh at that.
Rura just smiles softly. She goes, "Well, I mean, my secret, I guess, could be not as big as yours either." But then she glances to Grizera and she goes, "But maybe, I don't know, I can show that I don't want to show everybody else this, but I guess you two are the ones that I can trust the most right now to show. If you'll let me, I guess."
Is it about your neck?
What was that?
Nothing. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I don't. I actually don't. I don't want to be right about it, so I'm not going to guess it.
Gazera goes, "Well, go ahead. Well, out of all of us, why just the two of us?"
Rura kind of shrugs softly and she goes, "Well, it's hard to say, I guess, maybe because, I mean, Grizera, you and I, being slaves, we used to, we understand in a small way how it can be the kind of hell we go through. And Alar, I mean, I don't mean to bring up painful memories, but you kind of know what it's like to be imprisoned now, right?"
Our frowns at that and just shakes her head. It's nothing. And then she finally spoke. It's nothing like what you two have been through. Even if it is similar, it's the length of time is nothing in comparison.
We were kind of it you understand now, right? The kind of pain we probably have been through, at least.
Rura, could you just do me a quick thing and leave the chat and return? You're pixelating a bit.
Great. We're back.
Sorry. This should fix it, though. Alright.
Marco.
Polo, you're coming in clear now.
Okie dokie. I don't know why it does that, stupid internet. Okie dokie. What did you guys hear last?
Allah basically said that it was nothing compared to what you went through because it was only a couple of days or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, basically.
So Riva kind of shakes her head and with like a little frantic wave all memories, and I guess it hasn't been that long, but just the fact that you have that it's close to me, Guzera, I guess that's why I trust you too.
You'll have to repeat that, you pixelated again, but just continue.
Dang it!
Maybe try speaking slow.
I hate my internet. Okay. I'm just gonna go before I do it more. She just kind of takes a really deep breath. Her shoulders seem to be shaking a bit. And then she reaches up to the collar around her neck.
I was right.
And she pulls it down to show them something on her neck.
Should we roll investigation?
She's showing it to you willingly, so you can see it.
Alar crosses her arms and makes a small nod. I thought so.
River kind of looks at her surprised. You did?
I remember when I was trying to look at your neck for a little bit after you acted suspicious about it whenever we had a talk, and I just assumed.
Grizzer is trying to Read the small writing at the bottom. She can't tell.
It's not a language
It's
you
hard to
recognize.
see. Nope, neither does Rura.
So, what is it?
Remember the gentleman?
Softly, and she goes.
Rura?
Rura flinches at this.
You're pixelating
Marco.
again. Follow.
There you go.
I know, I'm sorry. We're nearly done.
No, it's my fault, stupid internet. Rura flinches and then looks downward as her shoulders are shaking a little bit at what Alar said.
Oh. For Zurich's understanding, I said, remember the gentleman.
What about her?
That was the mark. The mark she gave to all the people of her followers.
So that means...
I mean, she works for the gentleman. Ergo.
I mean, if we figured that much... Figured... Elnath? What's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Elnath.
That Elnath worked for the gentleman. But out of everyone, I never expected you to be part of the gentleman's court.
Rura immediately looks up to this and then she slightly narrows her eyes. She goes, no, him. Or her. I didn't even know who they were. I only wore the mark because of Elnath. I wanted to help protect him, to be useful.
Making sacrifices for another person. I can admire that.
I didn't even know who the gentleman was or who they really were. All I knew was I wore this mark, to, I guess, better serve. I feared the gentleman. I always feared them. But I trusted Elnath.
Alar goes silent at this as she looks to be in thought, recalling a situation with Elnath earlier. Well, I'll say that, but Elnath. Huh. Okay. I think I got an idea now. And that's all she basically says.
Rura looks downward sadly and she goes, I'm sorry. I didn't want to hide this from anybody. It's just, I feared them a lot. And I knew you all didn't like them very well. So I was afraid that you would either hate my savior or get upset at him or think he's the one that made me wear it, especially since, we know what it's like to be forced to do something we don't want to do. But I chose to wear this because of him. Because I wanted to be useful. But I don't know how the others will react if they see it. So that's why I wanted to just show you two for now. I'm not ready to show the others yet.
Alar just suddenly smirks. And then does she dare? But she does. She dares to scratch Shurura's head.
Oh no! Rura looks shocked at first, and she goes, she just turned to Deli again and just like gets that goofy grin on her face again.
Alar kept going on and on. What sounds like would be a total of 2 minutes of head scratching.
Oh no, the head scratches! My weakness!
Careful, you'll make her explode from maximum head scratches.
Uh-oh, I just have a thing. Okay, here, get ready for it. River is like leaning so far forward into her scratches that she soon like just starts to like basically just fall like jelly into her lap. Or against her chest, like
Alar looks to Grazura for a moment. Alright, so as she kept scratching, Rura, who is currently in the daze.
Yep.
Alrighty, so I need to talk to you for a little bit too, honestly. We need to talk.
Are you talking to her or me?
I'm talking to you, Grisera.
Oh, jeez.
That talk. That dreaded talk.
Should we talk while she's in the room?
She probably won't remember it from what I'm seeing. Hopefully.
All right.
So, how do you want to do this?
And then Grisera just stabs La and says, "Yeah, crit." Sorry.
No.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Ultimate betrayal.
Okay, you may continue now. Sorry.
I'm sorry for last night. I know you wanted to seek my help, and I ended up only hurting you more. But that's why, if you should talk to anyone, it would be either Alex, Shikon, or Kagura. She then looks at her hands shakingly.
Alar looks at Grisera as she did that motion, and she just frowns over. Listen, I know I acted out of the way. It was a bunch of frustrations that I had over the days I've known you, as you did for me. I just assumed that that's just how things go, and honestly, it shouldn't go that way. And I'm sorry for that. For whatever
You're right.
I have done.
You're right. It shouldn't have gone that way. Because you ended up making me act like my former masters. I grabbed your antler because I was trying to get you to pay attention. Because I was angry at what you were saying. But when I saw you frightened and in pain, I realized in horror, I just did what they did to me back at the Colosseum. And I had become my worst nightmare.
You haven't. You stopped. And that's what's important, isn't it?
I don't like causing pain to innocent people.
Diana, could you mute yourself real quick for me? Thank you.
That was me. I just had a tissue.
Anyway, continue.
You don't understand. When I left that place, I swore to never become like them. That is why I keep my distance from people. Because I fear that I would become just like them. And that I would never escape. That I would never truly escape that part of my past. As she's saying this, tears start falling down her face. You don't know. You may have experienced a nightmare, but you never experienced true hell like I have. You've never seen your friends get carted away, either to fight or to please the masters. coming up broken, bruised, traumatized. When I saw you come back, you had their face. Your arms knew, but you had the same face as them. That's why I felt pity for you. Because I saw them in you. And I was doing my damnedest to try and help you last night. But as you can see, I'm just as much of a screw up now as I was back then. She leans back. That's why you should keep your distance from me. I'm too much of a danger to everyone.
Alar solemnly spoke. I won't. We won't. None of us will. You're gonna have to face that reality. Or escape it. But that's your choice, Grazura, not mine. It's up to you to decide what you want to do with yourself, not your past.
Then,
You make up your person.
Then what's to keep me from accidentally killing you in a fit of rage?
You. You wouldn't do that to me.
That's why I prefer to keep my distance. To keep myself in check.
Do what you must then. But just know that people are here for you. More than me. More than Rura.
I just don't know anymore. And then Grisar maneuvers around Rura and heads outside.
At this point, Alara stops scratching. And just blinks confusingly into Rura.
Rura's basically just putting in her lap right now, but now she seems to like open her eyes now once it stops, and she like blinks in a daze, like, huh?
You seem to have tripped and fell. How'd you even do that?
Grisor, just wait a moment because there's something when you get outside. Sorry, just let me finish with Alara and Rura real quick, and then we'll get to you. Sorry. Go on.
So Alar tells me that?
Yeah, I tripped that you have fallen. You have fallen.
And you can't get up.
I've fallen, I can't get up.
So?
Rura just blinks, finally coming out of it for a little bit, and she goes, I did? And then she looks to see she's basically like laying on the line. She sits up like, oh goodness, I'm sorry.
It's okay, you're much
Wait.
lighter than I thought.
Okay, good, I think. Wait, where's Grazura?
Gazura left to get you some water, I believe.
Okay. She looks a little uncertain for a second and confused because she doesn't remember what happened in the past few minutes or how she tripped. And then she fixes her collar on her neck and she goes, you and Grazura won't tell anybody yet, will you? About this?
Let me tell you a little secret, Rura. Secret of mine, too, if you wish. Did you know? She, like, leans in and whispers. I'm a priestess.
A priest? Wait, say that again? I'm sorry.
A priestess. That's what she said.
You're a priestess?
She, like,
What's
nods and, like, exaggerates and nods. It means we have a belief. A strong belief, and that we always must follow it. It also means we must do what we can for the good of people.
Rura kind of like looks very curious. at Alarin in wonder, and she smiles and she goes, "Okay."
Don't tell anyone, Dallin. Keep your secret, okay?
Rhea just giggles a little bit and she smiles in a knowing way and she nods her head with a grateful look in her eyes. "Thank you. I will."
Alrighty. Now let's go meet up with the others.
Alright. So. Okay. Rizura, as you step outside, you see... Now, again, everyone's tokens are here, but that's just because of that. But Grizura, you see a group of people. But first of all, you see a lantern sitting right by where the door is, making it visible. And then you look up to your right, and you see a group of people, one of them sitting down and drinking a cup of tea, their eyes on the door that you just exited. And that is where we're ending it.
Oh boy.
Well,
Drama! We're in a drama now. Drama.
My goodness.
oh boy.
So, thank you all for coming. We will see you next week. I hope you all had fun. Take care. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.